no global release.
Which
This is the end.
I'm going to assume this is... I imagine just the same reason everything else is like, if they expect this to be a big thing, and World of Warcraft barely functions as it is half the time, like it is no harm to it. It is a miracle this game works. Like 100% is. It's a miracle it works anywhere near as well as it does.
Like every video game is hell. Every piece of software is hell. Not an old one. Like it's probably just made of sellotape at this stage.
Yeah, it's nuts that it works. So I'm assuming this is a case of, we would love to do a global release, but if we do that, then we have twice as many people doing this as we can look at, and it's all going to go to shit. Which is obviously, would you rather them try something and it be a miserable nightmare experience? Or do you rather them say, hello,
Okay,
we're not going to give you a miserable nightmare experience because we know it won't work?
you say that, but the only time we get a global release is expansions.
Yeah.
In Modern. Now, like, yes, Classic has been doing global releases for a while now, but Classics, I mean, clearly that's been dealt with in design, whereas Live has never had that. So if we were to assume that, our theories about there being a microclient aside, or maybe actually especially if there is a microclient, there may be some reason why doing global release on the main, like the Live Dragonflight branch, this just technical reason that we don't know about.
It's literally like bug fixing, server load, all those same things. We go, well, what if we cut the amount of users we're going to have by half for a day? And then we can address problems. I think that would have potential.
For what it's worth, though, Holly said they really wanted to.
Yeah.
She said, we really want to do, we discussed it a lot. This is like wearing 2 eye patches on a unicycle in Rush Hour. Exciting and unpredictable. We will all be learning together in this one.
She has a way with words at times. I appreciate it.
That is the most like, well, boys, we've got to go get Jerry. We have no idea where anything is, but fucking get in the little dinghy. We're going on a commando raid.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
It's, I don't know. I like the energy.
Yeah, well, hang on.
You know what they say about a small company sometimes should act like a big company, but a big company should act like a small company. I feel like there's like a pretty decent job of that is being done.
Hang on a second. We can dig into this deeply.
2 eye patches.
It's like this is like wearing 2 eye patches on a unicycle in Rush Hour.
2,
that is
1, and fast. What does it mean?
This is actually a reference to Rush Hour 2. Great movie. No. The unicycle, maybe it's Rush Hour 1. Rush Hour 1 and 2 are having a crossover with World of Warcraft. I see all you saying, see if these crossover. I see that. I also see everyone talk about the hero talents. We'll talk about those right since we're done here. They dropped like 12 hero talent trees.
Don't
DK's get to ride on the horse anyway.
Oh.
Yeah, Ride of the Apocalypse might not be scuffed. But
okay.
So I actually thinking 2 eye patches in a cycle Rush Hour, just for the sake of it. Why not see if there's anything we can glean from this? That's a very specific analogy, right? And I'm not saying she tried to tease anything. I'm just trying to say she built the analogy in her head. What building blocks did she use to build that? 2 eye patches is a lot of eye patches.
So I think what we understand from both eye patches is that this is an unprecedented move.
Yes. So
that's my reading of these teas. Do you know what this is like? This is like on GB News whenever something happens with like a royal, and they're like, we have got a professional body language expert. You know those people who kind of do the whole royal family body like language reading expert shit? It's like one of the boomer grifts.
Yeah,
but we're basically doing it now.
Yeah, we're doing a
boomer grift.
We're doing a millennial World of Warcraft grift.
Incredible,
fantastic. No, I like actually genuinely. I think a unicycle is something you're operating that isn't very, it either requires a lot of skill, it's difficult to operate,
and also
unless you're the guy
Holly
in Belfast.
Longdale.
No,
and Holly is tall.
You're going too far.
Now, if you're tall and on a unicycle, your center of mass is going to be higher. You're going to fall over easier.
So this is a gnome-only event?
Well, no, I'm just saying that this is also a deeply personal analogy.
I'm trying to be serious here.
Are you?
I'm trying to be serious. You're taking the piss.
You are?
I am, yes.
Oh my God.
I genuinely am trying to be serious. I know I don't do it very often.
I'm so sorry.
I'm trying to actually glean something from this. So in Rush Hour, obviously that implies that Holly expects it to be very busy, which means this will be a big event bringing lots of people in. Unicycle, that's something you operate. So they're trying something new and interesting technologically. And 2 eye patches means that there's some form of self-applied restrictions that
Wow.
are beyond. So the engineers are typing all of the code with their non-dominant hand. They've got a new client and there'll be loads of players. That's it.
Yeah. I mean, you've got them dead to rights at this stage.
100%. I can see right through you, Holly. You can't escape. I'm actually serious. I think looking at that, I'm like, oh, they are actually trying something.
Yeah, she
way out of
really
there.
is communicating. We have never done this, and it's probably going to be very big.
Yeah, but I said that in many more words.
Ah,
More or less.
that is the job.
Yeah, it really is. It really is. So, yeah, like, I think it's just they would have liked the global release, but for some reason they don't feel comfortable doing it. Even though they want to, which implies that there's technical issues. Which I like that. I like whenever they're willing to come out and say, we would also like to do that. However, this shit's hard.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, then I can empathize with you instead of going, why are you not doing it? And they just say, reason? Oh, actually, yeah. Yeah, reasonable, fair.
So, Matt, they're threatening to pull out of NATO, and they are spoiling World of Warcraft content. What on earth are we going to do about the Americans?
Nukes.
Nukes it is. It's time for Trident.
Hit LA, San Francisco, New York. And is there anyone else? DC Flickrack. There you go.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure the Americans wouldn't be angry if that happened.
Yeah.
So anyway, to be a bit more serious, you, in return for beta testing, do get all of the things early. In this case, I don't really think there's going to be like story spoilers. This will be more like how card game players consider like the reveal of a card to be a spoiler. So yeah, whatever this game mode is, I think we will just have to watch a bunch of people in that other that other part of the world play it, and we won't be able to, Matt. Won't that be terrible?
We'll have to do the whole late shift, which is funny because I know it's like oh, day release. It's actually closer to like 12 hours half the time.
Yeah.
Like 12 or 16 hours. But it is the case of it is a little bit frustrating that they're like, here's a big secret thing. And they're like, yeah, well, it's not going to be a secret for half the player base. And you're like, that's not true because just don't go online for it. But yeah.
Yeah. I know, I get it. There is that kind of more magical feeling experience of being there right at the cutting edge when literally nobody knows and you're one of the first people to do it.
That's why I see the Discovery is so good.
Yeah. To not be able to do that really sucks. And I suppose with game releases broadly, well, the world is pretty much used to global releases now.
Yeah, massively so. Massively so. And that still has still every multiplayer game that gets vaguely popular still dies.
Yeah.
Like, that's not going to ever change realistically. But it is a little bit frustrating.
I really do love how, like, Dakor just scrolling through Twitter. It's like our show's version of going out onto the streets with a microphone.
It's great, isn't it?
And just asking random people. So, when we go to, has the hype been killed, Matthew? Well, according to Neo here, what a letdown. Kind of a lot less excited now. Need to avoid all WoW social circles for a day. While Jacob, as Matt just said, it's more like 12 hours, so we should be able to make it.
Just go to bed early. Realistically, that's actually that's what I'll just do. I'll just go play a game and go to bed and wake up. Oh, the server's live, which is weird. But
I can understand the excitement going away. That is fair.
Yeah,
that's fair. They clearly know it. They wanted to make this global release. We have to assume there is a reason why they haven't, but also they're discussing global release internally.
Yeah, that's the good news to take away from this.
So the question is, who is going to have a worse sleep schedule, Max or Scripe?
Oh, Scripe every day of the week. Every day of the week.
I see, because people always talk about that, like from the perspective of the competitive race to world first. But it's like no matter what you do, it's actually really interesting in how the different times do or do not advantage people differently.